Hey there, my name is Jay, and this is Serious About Stars. Welcome. Today I have a video for you about the new moon in Gemini happening on Sunday, June 14th, 2026. I don't know if I need to say that. I don't know if you're going to be coming across this on a whole nother year. Maybe you will. I don't know. Anyway, not to get ahead of ourselves. Okay, so real quickly before we jump into all of the energy, all of the astrology, and some messages that I have channeled here, I would like to say, take only what resonates, leave the rest. It could be just one little reason, just one little thing that you were brought here to receive. So don't force anything to fit that your soul doesn't recognize as medicine and is truth for you. So jumping into it, okay, new moon in Gemini. There is this sense of peace that I'm really feeling with this new moon. It is like this well-deserved peace, this almost well-deserved rest. Maybe the energy lately has felt really cathartic and it's felt heavy and there's been a lot to do. Maybe it's been a busy season for you. Maybe this is the point in time where things shift. Maybe it is the point in time where you allow yourself to take a break, to sit down. There's also this sense of play that I'm really feeling really strong with this new moon, and specifically in the way that we're manifesting with this new moon. It feels like there is manifestation through play with this new moon in particular. I'm really getting the energy. I've been getting the energy as I've been tapping into this as of like a child playing with like toy cars and toy boats. Like really, really kind of like stepping back into that inner child, into your inner child, and just playing. What does it mean to play? If you were to play, what would that look like? What would you be doing? And it's almost this raw, like unfiltered energy, like the unfiltered like things that like a child says. It's like that like as adults we're so quick to judge and have like fear around. Like sometimes when like a kid says something like really outrageous and it's like, oh my gosh, it's kind of like that energy, but allowing the that non-judgmental, just like that full like radical acceptance, because it's kind of like, it feels with this new moon, it feels really important to free your voice. Maybe there is something that is on your heart, maybe there is something that you're feeling that you want to say, but maybe logic is getting in the way and it's like, no, I can't say that. Maybe there is this like worry about how things will be received if you say them, and it's this energy of your words are medicine, but they can't heal or help anyone when you keep them trapped inside. Like inside, I'm feeling like the medicine cabinet. Interesting. So that analogy of medicine is really coming through. But it's like some medicines, like some the AC just kicked on, whatever. Okay, wait, I gotta turn it off because it's gonna be really loud. 1 second. It's so funny. I was like, it's so peaceful. It's so peaceful. And then the air conditioning kicked on. Interesting. I don't know what it means, but it may mean something. Maybe there is, okay, tangent. We're jumping into a tangent now, but it kind of like it makes me like remember. It's like there is this peace, and while this peace is true and this rest is true, maybe it is kind of like, while something is true, while something is good, maybe something else does come up that kind of seems or appears to throw a wrench in things. And it's like, maybe like, it's like the nervous system being kind of like thrown through for a little bit of a loop, but it's like not as big of a deal as it may seem to the nervous system at first. It's kind of like rolling with it, trusting the process, allowing it to unfold. I don't know, I'm just kind of getting that for someone, for whoever's for it'll resonate. But where were we? What were we talking about? I totally got off track, and I knew that was going to happen if I allowed that message to come through. Oh. Yeah, the medicine and all of that. Okay, so it's kind of like some of the most healing, like foods, right? Some of the most healthy, healing foods that serve our bodies and our minds like medicine. When we eat them or we taste them, they don't taste good. They're bitter. They're like not nearly as tasty as like some other foods that are not so good for us, right? So it's kind of that energy of our words are no different. Sometimes the way that like we receive what other people say, sometimes it does not feel good to receive. Like sometimes it is like harsh, but it serves as like sometimes the greatest medicine, and vice versa. Sometimes we hold back our words and we withhold medicine from others because we know that they might not like what we have to say. It might not feel good. It might not taste good, right? So it's kind of that energy of like, we are not in control of how other people will digest what we have to say, or how nourishing what we have to say is. But it's kind of like, if it's on our heart, if it's on our chest, if it's like in us like that, then it's for no other reason than it needs to come out and be said somehow, some way. And I think it is up to us to trust and to follow our intuition in the way that we are meant to deliver our words. Yeah, I'm just gonna peek down at my notes because I did write some notes when I was channeling. It feels like this new moon is about like really releasing judgment of ourselves and of others, and really allowing for play in that non-judgment, in that release, allowing ourselves to play, because again, it is in this state of play that we are manifesting with this new moon. And it really does, it feels like this releasing of like all seriousness, like releasing of like the seriousness and the filters is how we're like really able to harness this energy with this particular new moon. What else did we have? Last little thing I kind of want to say about like that energy of speaking and using our voices, because we're not in control of outcomes. We're not in control of how everything is going to unfold, how precisely everything is going to work out. You know, sometimes like when we take our intuition or what's on our hearts and we measure it up against logic, that's kind of what gets in the way. But even the logical things that we do and we say, we're not in control of. So it's kind of this energy of having this like intimate knowing with our hearts and our minds and our intuition and our intentions and our integrity is enough. Having that intimate relationship and knowing with our inner selves is enough, and it is also the greatest service to others and to ourselves. Okay, as for some of the other astrology around the time of this new moon, we do have Mercury going into its pre-shadow, like, I want to say today as I'm recording this on Friday, the 12th, is it? Yep, 12th. Mercury pre-shadow. Okay, so now on June 29th, so in another kind of couple of weeks, Mercury will station retrograde. But it is only just getting into its pre-shadow. So we are getting to see glimpses into windows of some of the energy that is coming up. And it's not necessarily energy of what is going to be happening in our lives and we're going to have to like deal with. It's more about the thoughts and the conversations that will be coming up. And it's also, this Mercury retrograde will be happening in Cancer. So if you know your charts, take a look at your astrological chart, see what house Cancer is in for you, because that will give you a lot of insight into the area of your life that will be affected by this energy that may be like revisiting, maybe recalculating, maybe changing the plans and allowing ourselves to be malleable to allow the changes that need to happen. And as again, it's just in the pre-shadow, this is kind of like the image that I got when I was meditating, was like in like a rowboat, and having this like insight is just as simple as like having like good oars to like row your boat. So it's kind of like, it's not about worrying. It's not like, oh my gosh, this is gonna happen. Oh my gosh, this house, oh my gosh, da, da, da. It's not about that. It's not even like, I don't even want to call it preparation. It's just about like having the tools to navigate what is really just your own mind and really just your own conversations that you're having, maybe with yourself or with others. Like, yeah, I think that, you know, there's so much sometimes fear around like a Mercury retrograde, but it's really just kind of like an upgrade in the end. It's an upgrade of our minds and our conversations. So I think that's kind of cool. And it's just like being able to receive that upgrade. Sometimes it's like a shock to the system, but it'll be okay. Okay, what else do we have? Okay, oh yeah, also around the time of this new moon, we do have Venus squaring Chiron at the anaretic degree of Cancer right before Venus moves into Leo. What does this mean? This is kind of like, this could be a little bit of like possibly like an old wound being irritated, kind of like the energy of like a bite. Kind of just the metaphor symbolism I got for this was like maybe like there, okay, a lot of this energy that does come up is like maybe like we're wanting to blame ourselves for putting ourselves in a situation where we allowed ourselves to be vulnerable. And the imagery that I'm getting, again, just a metaphor, is like a dog kind of jumping out and biting like our hands, or trying to bite us, or like kind of nipping us, and it just being like this like energy of like blaming ourselves. However, this is just a threshold. This is just a threshold. There is no blame. This is nobody's fault. Whatever wound this is, it might feel like a bite, or like a pinch, or just like something uncomfortable, possibly painful. It's just a threshold. It's just an activation of power, of shifting the energy, moving into a new season with how you co-create abundance, money, love, beauty. And it's just kind of like moving into a new season. I think that's what this is about. Moving into a new season, kind of all aspects of this new moon, not just like, with Venus here, but I think we are just kind of moving into a new season, letting the other season go. And also, like, this is not the necessarily the video for the summer solstice that is actually coming up pretty relatively quickly. Like, what, June, is it the 20th or the 21st? It's the 21st. Yeah, June 21st this year is the summer solstice, that point in time where the sun is at its peak, energy is at its peak in its highest, most bright form. And with that, I think we are allowing ourselves to move into a new season, but it's also kind of like accepting the season that is. And it's through that acceptance of the season that is, I think, right, that we're able to graduate it and move on to what is next. And not only move on to what is next, but see more of how the season that we are in is so beautiful and is so abundant. It's like when we become grateful and content with everything that we have in our lives, we actually see more of how it really is. Everything we ever desired. So with that, I think we will allow this video to complete itself, and I wish you all the love, all the blessings. Love and light.